By the way, the tables are elementary tables. They're going back, and we're going to get bigger tables. So if you're sitting kind of close, these seats are made for elementary students. So if you have room between you, congratulations. Welcome to the brand new Loganville Middle School. Again, thank you for being here, and I'm not going to recognize everybody we recognized outside again, but I do want to recognize one person I see back there, Randy Bradbury. Randy, wave or something. Randy was a longtime principal of Loganville Middle School, and he actually hired me to be his assistant principal in 1999. So thanks for hiring me, Randy. I appreciate it. We broke ground for this beautiful school August 13th, 2013. After 3 to 4 years of planning, visiting schools around the state, design meetings, and finally construction, this state-of-the-art facility is almost ready for students with only some minor cleanup and punch list items left. As you visit today, there are some highlights we want you to be aware of. This school is built for 1,500 students. It will hold about 1,750. It's as big as Monroe Area High School and Walnut Grove High School, same size school. The construction budget was $30.8 million. It was paid for with ELOS pennies. That's a lot of pennies. The school is a secure, energy efficient, compact design building with significant natural lighting, as you can see. Easy maintenance and energy efficiency were our goals, as evidenced by LED lighting in the large areas and mechanical corridors, which were mentioned outside in the groundbreaking. The floor is terrazzo, a 50-year poured floor. It's expensive, but it lasts, and it's easy to maintain, and it will only look better with time. We have epoxy resin flooring in our restrooms and kitchen area. There are also long-lasting floors without grout. We have a low voltage control system in place to ensure efficiency at peak times of energy usage and when areas of the building are unoccupied. You will notice an iPad clinic adjacent to the media center as we continue our transition to high-tech schools for our students. It's all here, a modern state-of-the-art facility for our students for years to come. As I mentioned, we broke ground in August of 2013, and I have a little presentation to make right now to Ms. Bowman, Loganville Middle School principal. This is one of the shovels used for groundbreaking. It's been signed by our board members, and so I want to present it to Ms. Bowman along with a plaque that goes with it, recognizing the groundbreaking. And by the way, the Loganville Middle School staff had a picture made at groundbreaking to go with that, to put in one of the many cases that you will see around the school. So Ms. Bowman, I'm going to present this to you, and I'm also going to turn the mic over to you for some comments from you.
Thank you.
And I'll take it back from you so you don't have to do it.
Thank you, Mr. Hobbs. I'm so overwhelmed and honored and blessed to be standing before you today, and I just want to thank Mr. Hobbs and the board for the opportunity to work here and serve the students in the community of Loganville and Walton County. I did want to recognize, Mr. Hobbs has already done it, but I want to mention again Mr. Bradbury. Thank you for hiring me in 1995. And I appreciate it. I hope I've made you proud. And I want to thank my parents for coming and being here with me today. Same thing. Hope I made you proud too. But I really would love to take this opportunity to recognize our admin team, Ms. Karen Thompson, Mr. Brian Hobbs, Mr. Jeremy Hartzog, who have helped us through this process this year, and Ed Glosser and Sharon Sellers, our counselors. If you all would just stand up for a minute. Thank you so much. And most importantly, I want to thank the Loganville Middle School staff It has not been an easy process. I forewarned them, and I think half of them believe me, but now they all believe me. It is not an easy process, but you did it, and you are so deserving of working in this building, and the students, it shows on their face how much you care and how much you plan and how hard you work, and you deserve a place to do that in, and you're going to just continue to be so successful, and I'm so proud of you. You did it. Thank you, Loganville Middle School staff. You all stand up, Loganville Middle School staff. Please stand up. Thank you. I'll turn the mic back to you.
I too want to thank the LMS staff. They were also involved in the design of this school and made many changes from the plans we had to make it better for the students and better for staff as well. So thank you, middle school staff, for your hard work on the design of the building, and now you get to reap the benefits after we get moved. We've still got to do that. I tease Ms. Bowman all the time. She's our moving principal. She was instrumental in moving into Walker Park Elementary, and then she was reassigned or assigned to the principal's position at Harmony and moved into that school, and now she's moving into this school. And I've told her and Ms. McGahee, as soon as we get moved, we're going to swap them and let her move elementary school next year. So, not really. We're not going to do that, but I teased them a little bit about it. But Ms. Bowman, we appreciate you very much, and your not only your expertise as a principal, but your expertise as a mover. At this time, again, I want to call V. Smith to the microphone from Manley Spangler Smith Architects, and then right after that, Mr. Keith Watson, principal with Bowen and Watson Construction Company that built this school. I want Keith to come up and share with us a few of his remarks as well. So V, please come forward.
Thank you, Mr. Hobbs, and greetings to everyone here at the new Loganville Middle School. What an exciting day, and what exciting for our company to be a part of it. As Mr. Hobbs mentioned, not that long ago, we were all down the hill around the roundabout having a groundbreaking on August 13, 2013 to start what is now the fruition of the new Loganville Middle School. But prior to that, there was a vision by the Walton County Board of Education of creating this new middle school. And if you will, I'd like to share a Welsh proverb in honor of my middle school teacher, Miss Darby, who inspired me to become an architect. And the Welsh proverb is, a seed hidden in the heart of an apple is an orchard invisible. So if you take what was in the heart of the Walton County Board of Education, the dream of building a new Loganville Middle School, then this is the result of the orchard of here, what we have today before us. And what a great honor to be a part of the dream, to help to draw the dream of the Walton County Board of Education. And with that, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the team and our group that helped, is a big part of that. I'd like to recognize Brett McIver, the project architect that was a part of this. And I'd also like to recognize Steve Suey, our structural engineer. Down the hill, we have our same team working on the elementary school down the hill, and I forgot to mention our structural engineer. As an architect, you never want to forget your structural engineer. You always depend on them. So thank you, Steve. As well as the guys, John, Jim, and Nain, and Jim Hughes from Andrews, Hammock, and Powell, and our civil engineers who helped with all the grading, and a tremendous amount of transformation on this site. And a big thank you to Clay Lewis and Luke Ferguson on their part there. Again, we would just like to thank you for the opportunity, and also a big thank you and a shout out to Keith Watson, Kendall Dutton, James and Clint, their team from Bowen and Watson, who has brought this together. Still a few finishing touches to make here on May 20th, but with the first day of school out there, the 1st of August, not too far away, what great shape we're in to come into the finish line this summer and have a wonderful first day of school here at Loganville Middle School. So thank you to Ms. Bowen, the Loganville Middle School staff, as Mr. Hobbs mentioned, played a big part in refining these plans and making sure we had this place designed to exactly your specifications and what you wanted to see. So we hope we've met your expectations and hopefully exceeded them, because we think it's a wonderful facility that'll be I think word will spread around the state what a great thing you have here on this campus and a learning community amongst this new Loganville Middle School. So thank you. Keith?
Thank you, V. We are excited as well to be a part of such a great team. It takes a three-pronged team to build a construction project like this, and the architect and the owner, in this case, have been extremely good to work with. We appreciate the acceptance that we've had to be a part of that team. I'd like, on our behalf, to thank a few of our players that are on our part of the team, and that is our project managers, both Kendall Dutton and Dan Davis. Dan is a local resident of Walton County. He's been here for, I guess, all his life, and he's a local guy that is really proud of this place, this beautiful facility. James Savage, our job superintendent, is not here. He was so confident that things were going to go smoothly at the end that he scheduled a trip to Italy, and he's over there eating dinner in Italy right now. Quint Broom, our assistant superintendent, is over there. That we had indicated to him earlier that he was going to be giving a speech today, and he declined. Are you sure you don't want to say anything, Quint? Okay. Donald McConnell, Steve Freeman, and Joel Coven, all part of our local team from Bowen and Watson. But I'd love to mention just a few of our subcontractors who made such a valiant effort here, especially at the end, to get this thing done. T.W. Phillips, grading, Allied Paving did the paving on the job. Quality Companies did a wonderful job of landscaping. Polk County Public Service was our plumbing contractor. Stiles Heating and Air did the HVAC work. Why it feels so nice and cool in here as opposed to being outside in the sunshine. MacArthur Electric did the electrical work. FQS is still working on the cleaning, but they've done a great job over the last few days to get it in the shape it's in now. And we've got an active job site here, although the fire marshal has let us have this event as well as a temporary CO. But we will be working over the next few days and weeks to get this thing spit cleaned and ready to go. But thank you for letting Bowen and Watson be a part of this. We appreciate the opportunity.
We'll see if that works. Thank you very much, Keith. And as we selected our contractor for this job, one of the things that I asked to do, and we called them in for interviews, which is a little unusual, and they came in and did a great presentation, and they said, we really don't do interviews, and I said, we do this time, and they did a great job, and I asked them to let us come to their home office in Toccoa, right? Toccoa, and meet the folks that we would be dealing with and that our people would be dealing with, so we could have a face-to-face. And went up there. It's a family-owned business. It's been in business, how long, Keith?
Since 1956.
1956. So they've stood the test of time. Good people, again, that we enjoyed working with. Their home office there in Toccoa, met all of their folks, very nice folks, and we just thoroughly enjoyed it. And Keith, thank you for a wonderful job here at Loganville Middle School. We appreciate it. At this time, I'd like to call on our board chairman, Mr. Jeremy Kilburn, to make some remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Hobbs, and I'll be brief. Thanks to the Bowen and Watson team. They've done a brilliant job here, and Manley Spangler with the design. As a board, we challenged Manley Spangler to come up with a design that was going to be energy efficient, low cost, and as you'll notice, this school doesn't have wings. You know, a lot of the schools that you see around have wings, and that's one of the things Manley Spangler came up with to save money. If you don't have wings, you save energy because of the heating and cooling of those external walls. You save money on brick and all sorts of other things that come along with that, and that gives you additional funds because of the way the state allocates money, et cetera. It allows you to build something very nice, which is what we have here. That's a beautiful facility with a lot of added kind of bells and whistles that'll make a great place to educate children for the next 50 years here. Gary told me that over the last month or two, if you looked at this place from an aerial photo or from an airplane, it looked like a fire ant mound that someone had kicked because contractors were going everywhere and getting all these things done. So Kendall, you did a great job of putting this all together and making sure you guys had things finished up and ready for us today, and we appreciate that. Thanks to Facilities Department, Joseph Brew, one of the best construction managers in public education in the state, and I should say that quietly, don't repeat that so nobody else comes after him. Nathan Franklin, our Assistant Superintendent, Miss Biggs, who keeps them in line, as well as Bob Allen. They did a great job managing and working with our architects and our contractors on this project. It takes a lot of coordination and a lot of hard work to plan this, put it together, manage it, and have a finished product that looks like this on time and with a minimal amount of issues or problems. And so I just want to give a round of applause to the whole team that worked on this today. And I'd like to thank the taxpayers. Kind of lastly, this is what ELOS dollars does. This is what that penny per dollar, this is the kind of things that it's going to build. And our taxpayers resoundingly approved the last ELOS with one of the largest margins in the state. And I think that's great. It shows a lot of foresight in the taxpayers of Walton County, realizing that we need great facilities, we need great schools. It's important for the future, for our growth and development of this county. And when you have facilities like this and a lot of our other newer facilities in the county, they're great places that people want to come to work. And so that helps us attract top talent, which we've been able to do through Superintendent Ms. Bowen's leadership at Loganville Middle. So it's very important to have nice, new, and have a good plan laid out, and our taxpayers have allowed the Board of Education to do just that. So I want to give a round of applause to the Walton County taxpayers for funding this. And last, I'll congratulate the Loganville Middle staff for having a nice new home, a nice new place to come to work. I know you guys have been wanting this for a long time, and we're glad that it's finally came to fruition for you, and we're looking for great things out of your staff and your students that are coming through these halls, and as you educate the future leaders of our county. So thank you to the Loganville staff, and congratulations. And with that, Mr. Hobbs.
Okay. I want to thank President Terry Smiley. She showed up with the ribbon and the big scissors, so we're going to cut the ribbon here in a few minutes, but we're going to try to do this in a manner that where everybody can have lunch and then do a quick tour. So I'm going to give some instructions, and we're going to see how good you all are. I know you teachers do this to kids and you wonder if it works, but we're going to try to do this where everybody gets to have lunch and have a tour expeditiously. So here are the instructions. First of all, we're going to go out front, a certain group of people, which I'm going to name in a minute, and cut the ribbon. We would like for the following people to meet at the front entrance of the school, that's the one we came in, to cut the ribbon. Our board members, the facilities staff, Ms. Smiley and chamber board representatives, the architect and contractor representatives, Ms. Bowman, the principal of Loganville Middle School, and any of our elected officials. We would like you to be in on the ribbon cutting out front. We're going to move out there in just a minute. Don't anybody move now till I get through this, because you got to follow this or it won't work. You know I'm OCD, don't you? Everybody knows that. The people out front will receive a tour of the building immediately after we cut the ribbon, and Dr. Franklin, Ms. Bowman, and I will conduct those tours. We would like for the Loganville Middle School staff, in a minute when we dismiss, to go to their areas of the building where they will work to answer any questions as the tours come around. We would like for the Loganville elementary staff and the board office staff to eat lunch first. And lunch is set up right back here. And your tours then will follow from designated areas after you finish eating. You'll just go to the tour site. Okay, any other guests that are here, we would like you to begin your tour immediately. The tours will begin from this corner, from the back two corners. You'll have a tour guide. We'll break into groups of 10 or 12.